del dot E cross B is equal to del cross E dot B minus del cross B dot E. This is the vector identity. Now we have, see, del cross B dot E. That means this term is this term, del cross B dot E. So this I can bring on the left hand side and this I can bring on the right hand side. So therefore, del cross B dot E is equal to del cross E dot B minus del dot E cross B. So now we will put this expression here. So therefore E dot J is equal to 1 by mu 0 del cross E dot B minus 1 by mu 0 del dot E cross B So I have written this term, then this term. So minus epsilon 0 E dot del E del T. Okay. So this is our expression of E dot J. Now see, if I use Faraday's law, from Faraday's law, del cross E is equal to minus del B del T. So if we put this expression in place of del cross E, then I will have, so therefore E dot J is equal to minus 1 by mu 0. See, del B del T I am putting here. So this is B dot del B del T because dot product is commutative. B dot del B del T minus 1 by mu 0 del dot E cross B minus this term, so minus epsilon 0 E dot del E del T. Okay, so this is our expression of E dot J. Okay, now we will see this term and this term. Okay, now B dot del B del T, B dot del B del T I can write as half of del del T of B dot B, because if you expand this you will get this term. So B dot del B del T I can write as half of del del T of B dot B. So this is nothing but half of del del T of B square. Similarly, this E dot del E del T I can write similarly E dot del E del T is equal to half of del del T of E dot E, that is equal to half of del del T of E square. Okay. So now we can write this expression and this expression by using this and this. Okay. So therefore our E dot J will be E dot J or E dot J is equal to minus 1 by mu 0 del del T, 1 2 will come, this 2, so del del T of B square, then I will write this term, minus half of epsilon 0 del del T of E square, then I will write this term. So minus 1 by mu 0 del dot E cross B. Okay. So this is the expression of E dot J. Now I will go to our original expression, that is the rate of work done by the electromagnetic field on the charges in volume V. So that expression will be, okay, now one thing I can do, I can combine these two terms. So this is equal to minus half of del del T, or I can write half later, so minus del del T bracket 1 by 2 mu 0 B square plus epsilon 0 E square. This you recognize because this is the energy density of the electromagnetic field. So minus 1 by mu 0 del dot E cross B. Okay. So this is our expression of E dot J. So therefore the rate of work done on the charges contained in volume V by the electromagnetic field, that is dW dt. So therefore dW dt is equal to, you remember that I had a volume integration over E dot J. So I have to integrate this quantity. So minus integration del del T of bracket 1 by 2 mu 0 B square plus 1 2 will be here also, epsilon 0 by 2, these two. So half of epsilon 0 E square bracket, this is over volume V dV, this is a differential volume element. Now this term, so minus integration V 1 by mu 0, I can keep it outside the integral sign because this is a constant. So del dot E cross B. dV. So this is the final expression of the rate of work done by the electromagnetic field on the charges in volume V. Okay. Now, I will use Gauss's divergence theorem on this term and convert this volume integration into a surface integration, surface enclosing volume V. So, dW or dW dt is equal to minus, now I can bring this del del t outside the integral sign because this is integration over space coordinates and this is the partial derivative with respect to time, so they are independent. So I can bring del del t outside the integral, but when we bring this del del t outside the integral, it will be total derivative because this will be minus d dt. Why? Because see, this is a definite integral. After you perform this integral and put the lower and upper limits, this integration will be independent of position. So it will be function of only time. So we use the total derivative here. So minus d dt of integration V. So 1 by 2 mu 0 b square plus half of epsilon 0 e square dV. Now I will use Gauss's divergence theorem on this term. So this is equal to minus 1 by, sorry, not equal to, minus 1 by mu 0. Then this is a surface integration over a closed surface S enclosing this volume V. So this is E cross B dot ds. So this is our final expression of the rate of work done by the electromagnetic field on the charges in volume V. Okay, now what we see that the rate of work done is equal to, see, this is the net energy stored in volume V of the electromagnetic field. This is integration over V. So this is the net energy stored, this integral is the net energy stored in volume V of the electromagnetic field. Now I am taking minus d dt. So that means this is the rate of decrease of the energy stored in the electromagnetic field in volume V. And here with the minus sign I have this quantity. Now this is the 1 by mu 0 E cross B is the Poynting vector. This is actually the energy transported by the field out of the volume V across surface S. So this is nothing but the Poynting's theorem. So Poynting's theorem states that, see, so Poynting's theorem states that Poynting's theorem states that the work done on the charges in volume V by the electromagnetic field is equal to the decrease of the energy stored. Now I will write here because I do not want to rub this. So the decrease of the energy stored in volume V of the electromagnetic field stored in volume V of the electromagnetic field minus, that is less, the energy transported by the electromagnetic field out of V. So from inside of V, the energy is carried away by the electromagnetic field. So this is the statement of Poynting's theorem. Okay. So what is the Poynting vector? This 1 by mu 0 E cross B is the Poynting's vector. So our Poynting's vector 1 by mu 0 E cross B, this is the Poynting vector. Now, what is the significance of this? Now, this is the energy carried or transported by the field per unit time per unit area, where the unit area is held normal to the direction of the flow of the field. So, Poynting's vector this is the energy transported by the field, electromagnetic field, by the electromagnetic field in unit time through unit area when the area is held normal to the direction of propagation of the field. So this is the definition of Poynting vector. This is the energy transported by the electromagnetic field in unit time through unit area when the area is held normal to the direction of propagation of the field. So this is the definition of Poynting vector, and we have learned what is Poynting's theorem. Poynting's theorem states that the rate of work done by the electromagnetic field on the charges in volume V is equal to the rate of decrease of the energy stored in the electromagnetic field in volume V minus the rate at which the energy is carried away by the electromagnetic field across the surface S, where S is the boundary surface of the volume V. So that is Poynting's theorem. Okay, so this much is for today. Thank you.